Good evening, students. So today we'll continue the topic wireframing that we where we left yesterday. So actually we were seeing about the wireframing best practices. Let me just give a recap of what we have been seeing in the last class. So wireframing, it's actually about the basic structure and layout of the website of the app that we will be designing for. In that we could use the dummy text sometimes, and also in the mid fidelity stage wherein we'll be designing in the digital interface, right? During that time we can make use of the somewhat similar kind of UX copy, like the CTA button, what it has to be, what should be present in the actual onboarding screen, and then what are the items that will be coming in the home page and in the results page, like in the search results page. Whatever is going to be in the real app should be replicated in the mid fidelity wireframes as well. Like I'm mentioning about the UX copies, and the images can be in the black and white kind of you can reduce the luminosity. There will be a setting, like in the Figma file itself you can see that you can adjust the black and white, like you can reduce the uh, opacity, like you can get an overlay of the same image and then reduce the uh, opacity which is in black color. So basically, it's going to be in black, gray, and white shades. So with this, we'll be designing the wireframe. How are we taking the information to design the wireframe? Is by the user flow and the information architecture, which we have already done. Based on that, we'll first list down what are the items that we have, and then we'll proceed with the wireframe. So it's not necessary that you need to work on the low fidelity and then only you should move to mid and then high fidelity. You can just skip the rough sketches, that is, you can skip the low fidelity and just move ahead with mid and high fidelity wireframes as well. But if you want to ideate more, like if the project is a bit complex and it's difficult for you to brainstorm, and in that case you can move with all the three wireframes. So here what are the uh, best practices of wireframe? In that we'll continue. Use real or representative content when possible. So that's what, instead of using lorem ipsum text, we can make use of the actual text that needs to come in the order summary page. For example, we are designing for an e-commerce website or an application mobile app. So in that case, uh, just by using lorem ipsum, the client or the developer may not understand what needs to come in this order summary screen. So instead, if you are using the order id, then if id number, and what product it is for iPhone 14 Pro, then it will be clear and it gives more clarity about what product we are trying to showcase here, and how the product details, what kind of details need to be provided in that, will be defined in this phase itself. Because UX means what, we are trying to improve the user's experience, so it has to be as simple as possible and it should convey what we are trying to do. So that definition has to be clear, and it should give a better understanding and like clarity for whoever the user is. It should be as simple as possible. So we can make use of the real product names, the user information, like you can just use the information of the user, like the interview that you did, from the user's information, their name, and whatever necessary information like profile info. uh, if it's in e-commerce, like profile information in Amazon, what will be required, their address, shipping address, and the payment information. So, somewhat like these things. If it's Mintra, then what will be the necessary information which the user has to give? It could be something like that. For whom are you purchasing this dress? Is if it is for you, then the size which is recommended for you is yes. But if it is for someone else, you can select the name of other person as well. If you select their name, then it personalizes the experience, and then according to their uh, size, according to their dress size, it suggests the dress, right? So that's how the user experiences, we are giving the personalized experience for the users to make them easy, like they can quickly check if their size is available or not. And it also gives the recommendation of the size which this user can take. So giving the real content will help the clients or the developers understand better with rather than having the placeholder text. So if we are having placeholder text, then they might not have a mm, clear view like what it is actually going to be. They can just assume it, right? And the next point is annotate for clarity. uh, so there can be different terms which the users might not understand, like there could be jargons or some technical terms. So having the annotation like an info icon, or on clicking that tip or the info icon, will elaborate what happens if the user clicks on this. After a CTA button, there could be a note saying clicking this opens a confirmation model. So user will have a pre thought, like they can uh, without any surprise. The user may not be surprised because they already know that clicking on this will open a confirmation model. So according to their expectation only we need to design. We should not give some surprise for them, like they would expect something and then what happens in the app will be different. So this contradictory should not be there. I'll show an example. So if you see here, what happens is uh, in the drop down, this is the drop down menu. In that you are filling the input fields for some form. Okay, you are hovering over this icon which is info icon. Once you hover it, you get this message: if you cannot find your profession, please select none. So the user will understand that if his profession is not listed over here, then we can choose none from the drop down. So that this will given without being the use is lost. This will give an idea, or this will help the users to know what they should do next. So the users will not be in a friction point where they'll be confused and then leave the app. So that is why this kind of info icon is present. So that is what we call as annotation. Why are we doing annotation? Is because we the users might need some clarity about what this specific action means and why, what they should be doing next. By following these kind of best practices, we can ensure that our wireframes are not only useful design documents, but also we can easily communicate with the entire product team or the clients or the developers. So everyone will have a clear view of in what direction we are trying to proceed with the design. What are the elements of a good wireframe? First, there should be clear content hierarchy. That is, the content needs to be organized based on the priority. So, whatever information is important and that needs to be seen by the users uh, upfront needs to be in the first fold, so that it can guide the user naturally, like they can expect what they want to see. Mm, and why this is important, why do we need to uh, place the content in the right places, is because it will help the users to uh, scan the entire page quickly, like they can just have a glance over the page and then they understand what they need to do in order to achieve their goals. How can we show it? By the way of using difference in the size of the font, the bold and italic, or medium weight kind of fonts. By using this visual differentiations, we can distinguish between what is heading, what is subheading, what is body text. An example is a product listing page wherein the title will be prominent, like the title will be highlighted in bolder text, and then the subtext will be in like gray shade, and then it will be followed by the price and the description. Let me show you an example in Amazon. So, if you see here, the title is bold and the text, like the price, is even more bit bolder than the title, showing that this is the rate and in how many months they can pay per month, what is the rate. So this is how visually they have arranged it. Like first, there needs to be an image and in which page they are. This is the breadcrumbs which we have already seen. Like the user needs to understand in which page they are currently. They are from home and kitchen. They have clicked on furniture, dining room furniture, and then they have come to dining room set. So but what I did was I just clicked on the home page and then got redirected to the straight away dining room set. But if I want, I can go back, wherein I can see dining room furniture search list page. So in this, what I am first seeing is the furniture images, because visually we would like to see how that product will be. Only then we'll get an idea whether to buy this product or not. So after we see the image, we can see the title of what wood it is and how many chairs are involved. So the title is bit elaborated for us to get an overview of what this is actually, and then they are also showing the price, which is important factor while they are trying to make a decision whether to buy it or not. During the purchase time, this information is required and it is prominent. So when is the delivery date? These things are grouped together. Why? Because why is it grouped together? Because the price and the delivery date. So we will understand that if we order within this stipulated time, then it will get delivered by 16th to 19th May at this rate. So these are the information that needs to be clubbed together. So usually when we are trying to place an order, even if we go to a physical store and then we want to buy the dining table set, we'll inquire about the price of the dining table set and then when it can be delivered, right? So these information are grouped together, and the user might also want to understand whether the product is in stock or not. So these are the basic information of the product, like the price, the estimated delivery time, and whether it is in stock or not, and who is shipping, from whom it is sold, and whether we want to purchase or not, and how many quantities do we need. So you get it right. So how much percentage offer is there, and we can apply even the coupon code for that. So there are different colors. So this is how the content hierarchy is structured. The product image is large and prominent, and that is price. So the hierarchy is in the same level, like um, it is there in the, three separate folds. Like you can view first in the first half, there are three kind of spacing in between. One is for the images, one is for the title and the price, and then again we are having the price and the details regarding when the product will be delivered, and if the product is in stock or not. So that all the priority, like all the important information are arranged in this way. And the secondary information, like choosing the color and the description, like what kind, like how many inches it will be, and the secondary information about this product is mentioned over the second fold. If we want to view the reviews, then we can click on reviews, and then it directs to the review. It acts as a jump link, and we are able to see the reviews quickly. So it builds a trust factor. Since this is an online platform, users might not trust it. Like the reviews are the only way the users can understand that this product is worth it, or how the users are, the previous customers are feeling about this product, and what kind of images uh, are they likely to have, how is the uh, video of the product. So that's how they have arranged it. And defined navigation system, which means users can easily find out how to move between different screens or sections. Why is it mattering? Because it supports the discoverability, like the user can easily find out where they want to go. Like the user can move from dining table to, for example, couple is switching to a new house. So what they want, first they would like to see the dining table, and then they would also see some cutlery. So if they want to see that, then they can directly hover on this, place the mouse cursor on kitchen and dining. In that they can view the cutlery like spoons and other stuff. They click on this, and then they view the cutlery. So they can just have a quick look, they can compare, and then just add it to the cart. So on that way the user can navigate between one product to another product, and then just add it to the cart. So that is why there are menus like these, and then we can hover and see other things that needs to be bought for a new home in that case. And we can have a quick view on what are the products that we've added in the cart. We can just click on drugs. So in that clicking on a specific drug, we again get this kind of breadcrumbs. So this also helps us in understanding which page we are. So this is also a kind of navigation, so the user might not be feel he is lost. So they know in which page they are, and where they can choose to go to other menu option. So it is designed in such a way that navigation is easy for the user to move from one product to another product. What are the types of navigation? In that we can see the menus that we have seen, like uh, the cutlery and the rugs. Those kind of menu menus are there in the navigation, and breadcrumbs are there. Back buttons are also a navigation part, so we can move back to the previous screen. Tabs are there, like there could be tab switch. So usually in mobile, there could be a tab view. We can move from one screen to another, like we can click on purchases, and it shows the list of purchases. If we click on wish list, then there will be whatever items that we have added to the favorites. These are the tabs. So this is what defined navigation system means, and then we are coming to consistent layout patterns. So what it means, the UI elements like buttons, forms, cards, and spacing follow a uniform pattern. So the sizing that we need to follow for the buttons should be consistent. It should not be different, from one button should not be different in size and another button should not be different in size. It needs to follow the same uniformed pattern, like every button should be designed in same size, like the height. uh, if it's a submit button, then it has to be in the same height as such as the login button. Okay, it should be consistent and it should be uniform. Only then the user will have it, uh, like the user will feel like the app is unified. One screen might not be different from another screen, so we need to follow a consistent structure throughout the app. And there could be forms, cards, everything should follow the same kind of pattern, like I mentioned for the buttons. How can we show it? We can reuse the grid system, standardize padding, margin. um, like there are in the design system we could have the grid system, and there will be also layout. So by using these, we can follow the similar elements across the screens, and we can make use of components variants. So like components, once we create the component like a button, we can create other states of the button and then reuse that component throughout the app. So there not be hindrance for you, like there cannot be any difficult for you when it comes to uh, adding the same kind of button. You need not just manually copy and paste, you can just automate it and just uh, click on the component and choose the variant which button needs to be placed in that area. So all the buttons should be of the same size and placement rules throughout the wireframes. Consideration of screen states. So wireframe should show how the UI behaves in different conditions. An empty state wireframe with a message and a call to action to start shopping. So what will be in the UI phase should be present in the UX wireframe itself. Like if it's an empty screen, if the user has not added anything to their cart, then what needs to be shown to the user? The UX copy, that is the call to action to encourage the users to start shopping. We can just add a message for them so that they'll begin their shopping, and then with the CTA start shopping. And we can also add some illustration like empty cart. See, one example of empty state screen is no credit card, please add some credit card to your account. Add a credit card. This is the CTA button which is in the primary color, and this is the illustration that we have kept as a not as a placeholder, but that's the actual illustration, and then we have added the uh, UX copy such that it encourages the user to add a credit card. So it gives the CTA, right? So the user will tend to add the credit card by clicking on this. This is the kind of empty state that we also need to design in the wireframe stage itself, in the UX phase itself. Appropriate level of detail. The level of detail for this, we can use the grayscale, like the grade shades in the wireframes, by using the placeholder text in certain places. And we can also use the icons, basic shapes. Sometimes we can have without, it need not be visually polished, like it should not be, it is not necessary that we need to have a clear kind of UI in the UX phase itself. It can be somewhat in the UI level, but in gray shades. So instead of having the actual image, we can just have the camera icon and then label it as product image. But if you want, we can also add the actual image itself and make it in the gray, reduce the opacity in black shade. User flow connection points. What it means, each wireframe should show how users transition from screen, like between screens. So what happens if the user clicks on next button, it should lead to the payment screen. uh, so they should also understand what will happen if they click on the next button. So we can add some kind of arrow along with the next button, and we can also add the button labels or have the info icon like I said in the previous point. So these are the ways how we need to determine in making the wireframe. So this will help us in making the design decision easy, and the development will also be smoother. So the when we are trying to test this app with the users, they'll also easily understand what we are trying to convey in the wireframe. Let's dive deep into how we can fix the content hierarchy. So the content hierarchy here refers to the strategic organization of content on a screen based on its importance to the user. So whatever is important to the user, and it is also important as a business goal, that kind of information needs to be arranged in sequence. So it will also help the users guide in a logical and intuitive way. So in which uh, areas will the user first look? So they'll have certain ways to read the content, right, from right to left. That is how usually the user's attention will be, and the user's eyes will move on. So that's how we need to arrange the information as well. Primary action, what the users will actually see first, or what they'll actually do first, is that they'll see the most important element in the screen. So that's why we are using the primary color in the highlighted way, because that is what will grab the user's attention and focus on. That is why we are using the primary shade, secondary shade, and the tertiary color. So UI is totally dependent on what UX we are fixing on. So you guys would have got an better view on what are the differences between UX and UI at this phase in this class, I hope. So here you guys should also think upon whether you are going to apply for a specific role, UX designer or UI designer. Think upon those lines. And here the immediately role is that it grabs immediate attention and encourages user engagement. So when it is in primary CTA button, then it will obviously grab immediate attention. So it will also encourage the user to engage with the app because it is highlighted. And the example is on the login screen, email and password fields plus login button. So there could be email and password fields, input fields, and then the login CTA button. The login CTA button would be in the primary shade, and then sign up will be in the link format. So this is how usually the login screens will be. Here the login is in the primary shade, and then register is in the secondary stage, and this is in the tertiary kind of link. So the user will have to focus on one thing only at first. So for that we are emphasizing it, like we are highlighting it and then showing them, so they understand that what is important in this screen. Another example is on a product page, like a product detail page, like we have seen in Amazon product detail page. In that, what are the information that they have added first? There is the image of the product, name of the product and price of the product, along with add to cart button, because those are the important information which the user will like to see when it comes to purchasing a product, right? So these are the important things that will determine act as a way, like a decision making factor in order to purchase a specific product. So this comes in the first page itself, like in the first fold itself. When I land on this product detail page itself, I'm getting all the necessary information, and this is acting as a way whether I need to proceed with buying this product or not. I did not scroll down and then view this add to cart CTA. Just by one click on the first fold itself, I am able to see the important and necessary information. And here the design cues are bold font, top placement, prominent button, contrasting color and larger size. So these are the ways how we can identify that these are the important things which the user needs to see in order to convert them into a customer, or these are the important things which will help the user in differentiating what is important for them to see and what is bit secondary for them to see, right? Take a note of these. And there are secondary actions of the content which the user needs to see. What helps user makes a decision or complete the task? So there should be some supporting information for the users to make a decision, right? So if they are trying to purchase something, then what information, what secondary information should they see? They need to see the reviews, the product details, that is the description of the product, and the size chart on the product page. So these are the secondary information that needs to be in the by using the secondary button style, smaller font and lighter color. In the same example, we can see in the Amazon page itself, this is highlighted in smaller text because this is secondary information. This is not going to be the major factor which the user is trying to decide whether to purchase or not, but this is also the information which the user would like to see, but it is in the secondary way. Like what is the brand they would like to see, the number of pieces available, the material. These are the product description which they would like to see. And here the design cues are, it will be in medium emphasis, like the color will be lighter, the font will be smaller, and there would also be secondary button style, like we have already seen the button styles, right? Primary button will be in the primary shade, like it will be completely filled button. But if it comes to secondary button, it will not be filled state, only the secondary color will be used for the text and the stroke color, like the uh, button line color. And then comes the tertiary elements. Tertiary elements are like it is nice to have, but it is not important. You can just prioritize what are the information that needs to be primary, what are the information that will be showing as secondary, and what will be tertiary. Tertiary in the sense it is nice to have, but it is not very important to have. Based on this, you just categorize the information so that it will be easy for you when it comes to wireframe. Okay. So in this, it will be like non-essential content, like it is not the important content, but it will be helpful if it is easy for you, like it can enrich the experience, but it doesn't affect the usability or the user friendliness of the user. Here it will add the value and it will also help the users, but without using it, it is not going to harm the user or it is not going to affect the quality of the application. And some examples of the tertiary elements are promotional banners, social media icons, and related products or blog links. It could be in gray text, icons, or footer placement. So here you could see, yeah. So in this you could see the tertiary kind of information will be this icon, share icon. We can share it, and we can add to gift options, and the footer placement. Uh, so whatever icons that we have, and the gray text like the actual MRP. So that is not actually required, but it is not also going to harm if it's there or not. So these are the differentiation between primary actions of the content which the user has to see, the secondary and tertiary elements. So why this content hierarchy is important? Because it helps the user to quickly scan and then view what they are looking for, and then it helps in meeting their expectation, in which expectation are they coming to this site, and are they satisfied with what they are looking for, and are we able to convert them into a customer, and then a customer to a repeated customer, he frequently buys the product. And it also helps them to make a quicker decision, like they can quickly make a decision whether to buy it or not, whether to add it to cart or not. And then this also helps the users to not miss what are the important actions that they need to do. So that is why the content hierarchy is important for us to uh, work on. So what are the common wireframing patterns? So navigation patterns, as we have already seen, navigation in the sense is going to be the menu items. We can either click on it or we can just place the mouse on it, that is a hover state. On hovering it, we can get this kind of selected uh, line indicating that we are in this menu, because the other menu items are not selected, right? This is the selected state of this menu. So on this we are getting the other sub menus within this member resources. So navigation pattern will be helpful for the users to move through an interface. Like it will be easy for them to move from one screen to another screen, and they can choose the right option according to their preference. And usually the navigation will be in the horizontal menu, like in the top of the screen it will be like this. And there are other navigation as well, but we'll discuss it in the next slides. The top navigation is going to be something like this. So this is suitable for websites only. Like in website or desktop interface there could be 3 to 5 items. The navigation practice in that we should only include 3 to 5 items, so that it will not be visually cluttered. Like too many items including them can confuse the users, and there could be cognitive overload, which means the user might not be able to process a lot of information. So in that case we are only providing 3 to 5 items. Like there are 3 4 items only available in this navigation. uh, this top navigation will be easy to for the users to scan what is there, and then they can select one and then find the narrowed, like the sub menus. So this will also save vertical space, like instead of showing them in the horizontal, like instead of showing a lot of options, we can just show vertically with the limited items, and then on hovering we are showing other items. So this will save some space vertically. But what are the disadvantages when it comes to top navigation? It becomes cluttered when there are too many links, like there are only a few items present over here. So in that case it is okay to have a top navigation. But if there are too many links, then it will be cluttered. Like there may be many links which might confuse the user. So this is about top navigation, and then we are proceeding with the side navigation. This is common in SaaS applications. SaaS applications are software as a solution application or dashboard design. In those kinds of application you could see side navigation. It will be like a vertical list of navigation links or the icons. It could be either only the icons or icon with the text, and this is the light mode and this is the dark mode of the same. So this is best when it comes to dashboard design, wherein there will be deeper or complex menus, and the advantage here is that it will allow more items to be present, and the grouping can also be done easy, and it will be scalable. But the disadvantage over here is, again, it is going to be cluttered with too many links. And this is the tab navigation. We just saw an example like so. Here it is going to be horizontal row of tabs, so the user can switch between one tab to another tab. So this is ideal when it comes to mobile application or a section. Even for section we can use. It is not necessary to use only in the home navigation, but this is the page in YouTube. So in that we are clicking over one tab, and then we can switch between other tabs as well. So this will be clean and direct. So it will be easy for the users to show in which state they are. They are currently in home state, and then they can switch to channels which is right now disabled, but when we click it will be enabled. So for that they are also highlighting it in this way, where this is in black color and this is in gray color, showing that this is the enabled, like this is the current state and this is the disabled state. No, not actually disabled, but this is inactive state. So what is the disadvantage over here is we can only show a few options. We can't add too many horizontal row of tabs, then the user may forget what they have seen in this with the scroll. So maybe 3 or 4 tabs we can have. This is about the tab navigation. We are moving to the hamburger navigation. So this it will actually be like hamburger itself, how the hamburger will be. So that is how this icon will also be. So on clicking this, it will open the side navigation bar, but it will be hidden if we again click on the overlay. Okay, so only when we tap on the menu it will open. If we don't tap, then we can see the content in the main screen. So this is ideal when it comes to mobile screens, where there are too many links. So we can't show all the links upfront, right? So we are just hiding it over a hamburger menu. For in which case this will be helpful for, this will save some space for us, and we can also hide some uh, less priority or low used icons, like if the options are not used widely or it is not frequently used by the users, then we can hide it over the hamburger menu. And what is the disadvantage is that the user might not be able to easily find it, what option they are looking for, they might not be easily able to find it. And it also uh, also the key actions will be hidden over the hamburger menu. An example is it is in the common mobile apps and minimal web UI. So let's see the content patterns. The first one is card layout. Card layout will usually be used in the like product listing page, where you can see in Swiggy, Zomato, and e-commerce platforms, other e-commerce platforms like Myntra, Nykaa. So in those platforms you can see this kind of card based layout, and this will actually be like a rectangular block. In that there will be an image, uh, like a title, a description, and then the CTA, what the user needs to take in action. This will be usually the card layout. So when can we use this kind of card layout? This is usually used for products, like I mentioned, for makeup products, for clothing products, clothes, books, and for Instagram feed. Like we want to show an image, and then the caption for that image. For that we can show like post, LinkedIn post, and profile, like matrimony profile. So these are the things where we can use the make best use of card layout. Here what is the advantage is that it will be visually scannable, like the user can quickly scan, the image will also be appealing, and the title will be prominent, so user can quickly view and then scan. The layout will be flexible, the information can be easily digestible by the user, since we are using a different kind of form format, like we are using the image, and the visually it is the visual hierarchy is there, so it is not going to be uh, somewhat difficult for the users to digest the information. But there is also a disadvantage, that it is not suitable when it comes to heavy text based content. So for example, if there is a news, uh, a lengthy news, for that it might not be suitable. An example for this card layout would be Pinterest product listing page, which I mentioned, and team members. So this is for the card layout. And then we are moving to the list layout. List layout, this will usually be there, like Notion, you can see in the Notion website, you can see, or Asana, that will be like task management. In that also you can see if the user has completed this task or not. And Todoist, that will be an app where we can tick what is completed and what is not completed. an HR portal wherein the HR can uh, have this kind of view. So you are designing for a B2B application, which is business to business. In that also you can have this kind of layout where you are designing an app for the HR to review the applications that is received, and what needs to be completed and what is completed. Based on that we can have the tabs, and then we can have the list layout. So this will usually be like vertically stacked rows. It will often be with icons or thumbnails. We can have the icon over here, or just it can be professional, just mentioning a glimpse of what it is, like a label, and the title of what it is going to be, and then arrow clicking on it will open the detailed page of this particular task. And this is ideally suited when it comes to dense information, a lot of in-depth information has to be present, or the content needs to be sorted based on the priority or date. So during that case we can make use of the list layout. So what is the advantage over here is, again, it's going to be easy for the users to scan, and they can also compare which applicant or the candidate will be more suitable, and this will be usually fitting the small screens, like the mobile screens as well, and even the desktop screens. The disadvantage over here is it is less visual variety, like we can't have a lot of images involved in it. And an example is email inbox, task list, contact list. Grid view layout. So in this is going to be used in most of the web and app UI to organize the spacing and content blocks. So this layout will be structured with the help of rows and columns with equal spacing. So when it comes to creating a responsive design, if this mobile app needs to be responsive for the web as well, then it will be easy. When it comes to grid view, it will be adjustable in both mobile and web app. And the disadvantage over here is that it requires some discipline to follow consistently, like it should not be different, one should not be different from another. So here we could see the alignment will also be equal, and it will also support modularity. And here we have the hero section. In this we are having the top section wherein a larger image is present along with the heading and call to action. So this kind of hero section is suitable when it comes to landing page or marketing website. You are trying to market a product like Tetley or Tata Tea, right? Or some other marketing website, maybe an landing page. So one example which I am trying to make over here is, it could be Calm app. In that, if you would have seen the landing page, let me show you. So here, if you see the landing page, in this they are having the hero section, in which they are having an image, and then the title, subtext of what it is, and they have the primary button and the secondary button. So this kind of hero section will usually suit the landing page, the marketing websites, and the introductions. The advantage over here is that it will capture the user's attention, and it will also set the tone for the how this app is going to be. So this is an actually an app, but this is the website for that application. There is also a disadvantage where it may push other content below the fold. Like in the top fold, we can only show the title and what it is, like a call to action to encourage the users to sign up or try it for free. Something like that. Only that we can push in the hero section. But other than that, all the other content needs to be below this hero section only. If we are trying to bring a banner in the home page with the sign up now CTA, then this will be suitable and it will be visually attractive for the users to sign up and convert them to leads. During that phase, we can try to incorporate this kind of hero section. Why are these patterns important for us to consider? Because this will increase the usability, because the users are also familiar with these kinds of patterns. So there are many applications that they are using the same kind of hero section by following these patterns, right? So this is not something uncommon to follow. Whatever the other people are doing, we are just going to structure it in the same way, but the images and the content, that is going to be different. So that is why even the competitor analysis is much more important. And by understanding these patterns, it will speed up our design and development as well. Like we can quickly work on the design phase and we can hand it off to the developers. So this will support the responsive, like mobile as well as web responsive, and it will be scalable in terms of layout. So this can improve the information architecture, like we can even improve the IA after we work on the wireframe. There is no rule that we not stop working on the IA after we are done with it once. It is going to be an iterative process. So any doubts so far? So uh, what is the progress of your IA? Have you guys worked on the IA that was given as assignment? Is anyone ready to present it, or do you need some more time to work on it? What is the progress? Please share the status. Hello? Hello? Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can ping me during your work. Like you have any, you need any clarifications. In that case, you can ask. Okay. So we can continue the wireframing assignment by tomorrow, wherein I'll explain the conventions of how we can do the wireframe, and also we can get a demonstration over how we need to work on the wireframe. Like I'll demonstrate it by including the items that needs to be added in the wireframe, and how we can uh, create multiple variations in order to satisfy the user needs and client requirements. So see you in the next class. Thank you.